I had put out a short. This is a comment on a short. It was basically like, it's interesting that there was all this clamoring around the idea that there's this very dangerous and all powerful deep state. And yet, that dangerous and all powerful deep state seemingly can't do anything to prevent Trump from getting elected and prevent Trump and Musk from just like doing whatever they want, right? They're getting their appointees through, they're getting all access to everything that they want, full kimono, as they say. And I said, if this thing exists, this seems like it wouldn't be happening, right? The more obvious story here would be they're trying and they're getting shut down, or they're getting, put in some very dangerous situation or whatever. And this person commented, LOL. And then the US AID scandal just dropped, showing taxpayers some entity within the government literally stealing trillions. Um, I mean, they probably put this out as the initial news came through. I don't know if they would like to update their comment, having more information now, because I don't see a scandal there at all. But yeah, if you do, you do. I know this is why they print headlines the way that they do, and then have a story that the majority of people don't read. So you snap a headline, you don't read the context, you don't actually get the information, and then you carry on. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of headlines that will be wrong, right? Musk said this the other day. He said, "I will get stuff wrong, and it'll have to be corrected." The problem with that is people don't, the news cycle moves so fast, and people's attention spans are so short that they just get the headline and they just get the initial information, and then they move on. They don't come back and readdress it. And people have been screaming about this from the mainstream media for decades, right? But he's doing the same thing. He's saying, I might get something wrong, it's going to have to be corrected. The correction doesn't ever penetrate the same number of people who got the initial headline and the initial story. So that's part of the problem. The other big part of the problem is he's running into facilities and into situations that he doesn't understand how they work. And so when you don't understand how something works, right? Like, didn't he put some information out about some woman who was working on like environmental, like biodiversity, and because he is so crazed about diversity, he thought that she was working on like a DEI initiative or something, and she was working on environmental biodiversity, and he tried to like, you know just put her out in the world as this like person who should be fired or whatever, um, should be condemned for diversity. He had the wrong diversity. You don't know what you're looking at. And so yeah, if you don't know what you're looking at and you are so conspiracy and paranoid in your mindset, yeah, you're going to find paranoid conspiracy everywhere because you're going to misconstrue most things that you're seeing because you don't understand what you're looking at. How that's not more obvious to more people, I don't know. But it's a major issue. It's, if I walked into NASA or SpaceX, right, and I was like, I'm going to audit your systems, I don't know a damn thing about aerospace engineering, um, cosmology. I don't know. And so, yeah, I'm going to see words that I don't understand what they mean. And if I just have completely unchecked power to just throw stuff out there and say, oh, it might be wrong, you're going to have to correct me. Yeah, I'm going to say a bunch of really dumb, really inaccurate, really dangerous things that are going to get people and entities hurt. And I think that that's where we are. So if there was a USAID scandal, I think the thing that I just described is probably more it than whatever it is that you think that it was. Like the condoms to Hamas thing that was, put out there and is absolutely not true. My guess is that's probably around what you're looking at. Or the all of the food that they buy from farmers. I grew up on a farm. Our farm had a contract with I think it was the USDA. Um, one of these cost sharing contracts that help keep family farms afloat, so I have some experience with them. I'm decades out of it, but yeah, people just they're so. I mean, Trump and Musk understanding farmers' perspective. I mean, come on, people, stop being scammed. Okay, I put out a video on